Holland, Michigan recalls that Dahmer once predicted, "You'll hear about me someday." Channel 7's Chuck Gowdy went to Michigan to talk with Goss.
PFC Jeffrey Dahmer, smoking a cigarette and reclining on his bunk at a U.S. Army base in Germany, a few months before his discharge due to drinking problems. The year 1981, the picture taken by this man, who says he was one of Dahmer's Army roommates. David Goss, now a surgical technician here at the Holland, Michigan Community Hospital, says he recalls Dahmer as an average medic, but eager to learn new techniques.
He'd look over my shoulder and watch me, and I'd explain to him what I was doing while I was examining and taking care of the patients. He really cared for the patients. When he was working with me and working under me, he really tried to learn.
Milwaukee police investigators suspect that the Army was where Dahmer learned to use these prescription drugs, which when mixed with alcohol will knock somebody out, a method he's admitted using on many of his 17 victims. Dahmer and Goss were both assigned to a medical unit at the U.S. Army base in Baumholder, West Germany. Goss says Dahmer often talked about his troubled teenage years, but indicated there was one dark secret he could not reveal.
He just referred to it as the problem he couldn't discuss.
That something might have been Dahmer's first murder, committed here at his family's Ohio home a year and a half earlier.
Was the murder that he was talking about in '78, was that the problem that he couldn't discuss with me? Or is that one way that he couldn't open up to me, and I'm just wondering if that was it?
David Goss must be one of hundreds of people who knew Jeff Dahmer during the years of the murder spree. But Goss, like all the rest who knew Dahmer, didn't know him well enough.
Please.
For a year and a half, David Goss says he was Jeffrey Dahmer's buddy, and that when Dahmer left the Army in 1981, he promised, "You'll be hearing about me." He recalls Dahmer as a loner.
He never emerged, never became one of the guys, as we referred to it over there. He'd get up in the morning, go to work, when work was over with, he'd come back down to the barracks, and he'd stay right there in the barracks. He'd talk about his problems he had at home, about how he didn't get along with his mother, how he didn't get along with his father.
Goss says he never thought Dahmer was a criminal.
Jeff Dahmer, when I knew him, was a very intelligent individual. You could name just about any subject in the world at all, and he could carry on a lengthy and very intelligent conversation on it. And, you know, people are saying he's insane, he's crazy. Yeah, if he is, my guess is that it happened after he got out of the military.